All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the new moon in Cancer. All right, we're activating new psychic power, which is developing a new direction we will take our identity towards. We have officially stepped into the second quarter and activated integration. So the new moon in Aries, Taurus, and Gemini was activating activation. How you doing? And now that we're in Cancer, we're integrating this activation. Um, New moon in Leo is activating integration. New moon in Virgo is activating integration. And then we'll activate harvest with Libra. And in this individual direction you're moving down, this is departing from the South Node Libra social axis, and getting ready to harvest through there in our full departure, where the North Node will go to Pisces, and we're draining down the toilet, the old world system. As you can see, the trash here, because this system is trash. That being said, what's very key about this is the uniqueness and eccentricity sextiling Uranus and Taurus, naturally innovating how you will feel you should move forward, will influence idiosyncrasies and differences in taste and cultural differences that may challenge you to maintain this authenticity, and how weird this may make others feel, especially if they're weak, stupid little bitches who can't control their emotions and will seek to project their uncomfort and insecurity on you. Now you're coming into a more hands-on approach to clap back at these projections, not by once again raising weapons or fighting. You've been doing this already just by being authentic. So this is going to infuse more sincerity and juice as you will master the integration of power, with which through Leo you will develop as a talent, and through Virgo you will master as a habit. Don't be naive out here. There are people who put on a nice face and act like they're love, light, and spiritual. These are evil fucking like demons. They're stupid evil. It's easy for people who are, in truth, to spot who's a fraud and who really, holds this in their heart. These people who feel like they're better than others, who feel like, they deserve preferential treat more than other people. I make sure that I approach everyone as an equal, no matter what or how I may think about myself. When it comes time to actually serving other people, I take that Hollywood bullshit to the side. I don't do any of that whack shit. So keep that in mind, because this sentiment is being fully exposed within people individually, collectively, and socially. And certain people may believe that they're good people, but there's no one really good but God. God is good. That being said, or the universe, or whatever you want to really speak towards, this collective force of objectivity, right? There is an explosion of what is understood within you that's being revealed, and it's happening to everyone. So those who have not done the shadow work, how you doing? Those who have not done the shadow work, those who have personally kind of swept certain stuff under the rug, those who haven't necessarily confronted their own narcissism or confronted what aspects in them they need to work on or develop, that's what's going to come up, and that's what's going to begin to integrate with the behaviors that have been recently activated through the character of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And as such, don't really necessarily take personal or allow other people to try and bring you down because of their insecurity. These people are hurt. You have to understand, these people are hurting. They spend their whole life living a lie, being fake to their family, being fake to their friends who are fake, being fake to people who look up to them, being fake all around. These people hate themselves. They're always having to, make excuses for themselves. And just the enmity of seeing you living your truth, of seeing you actually be about what you're saying about, is enough to make them infuriated. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about anything you're doing. It's because you remind them of how stupid and lame they are. So that's why they have to call you lame. That's why they have to actually project this on you so that they can reinforce psychologically that they're all right when they're anything but all right. And it's your actions that are doing the talking, which is why they need to keep talking instead of walking. All right. That being said, you will see a definite breakthrough coming into the next few months as we begin to integrate these themes moving forward. And a very important element of this is that now that we are activating this next level of the second quarter, integrating from Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, this is with Venus and Cancer going to polish how beautifully you can align with your heart this conscious and subconscious soul reflection through the function of feeling that will enhance your intuitive capability, and most importantly, with the square to the north node, take you a level deeper into the path you are destined to take. This is the official checkpoint, and we're going to harvest this in October. Once again, do not take personal what, like, there a lot of people are delusional. Like, there's a certain high they may ride off on, not realizing they're exposing themselves just by their nuances and behavior. And there are a lot of things that are beneath you that you won't necessarily have to entertain and will just have you feel more into your power. That being said, I am limitless. I have an unlimited amount of anything. Everything in my life is perfect. Now that you're going to integrate this mindset moving forward, you're going to infuse more of the feeling of it. And that's what's activating the feeling of your unique energy signature and what it feels like. That being said, given that Aries is your core identity, or your identity as far as will, Cancer is what's going to be the special understanding of who it is you are and what that feels like. That feeling is what you're going to be integrating moving forward. And as we activate this every year, relative to this year, Jupiter in Gemini is now transcending the evolution of the thought process behind who you believe you feel like. And that's a fancy way of saying we're getting ready to step into this brand new chapter this year and next year, which will bring the New World Order in order to continue to transform the status quo. So many things that you used to believe about yourself are really going out the window in light of new evidence and experiences that will show you how much you've grown over the past 12 years. Because of this change of status quo, it's making so many people uncomfortable relative to the comfort or the stability they felt they had in a crumbling world system that's not even going to really be here in another year and a half. As we step into this next era, we're headed into the advanced society arc, which is going to begin with a renaissance. And to make sense of that, we had the ancient era, anything before the BC. We had the modern era, which is like the Victorian age. Now we have like the postmodern era. That's not exact, I'm just giving an analogy. The postmodern era is, of course, where we're in right now, most of the end of the 20th century, most of the 21st century, all of the 21st century, and we're at the end of the postmodern era. You might have thought, wow, this era would never end. But that's what people thought in Rome. That's what people thought in ancient Kemet. That's what people thought, you know what I'm saying, back in 1945 in Germany, right? So, like, everything that begins comes to an end, and we are at this end cycle the rest of this year. This is what's going to bring us into, but humanity throughout each of these ages has continued to move forward. So the end of the world doesn't always mean the end of you. And that's what's going to bring us into the advanced society arc before we step into the new age of the gods, where everyone is an awakened human being, or an awakened being, even animals becoming Pokemon. We have to get through the advanced society arc, which is going to be the peak of technological innovation and science and spirituality. And it's actually going to be potentially really amazing, although it might be embroiled in war to kick it off, because wars are usually the in-between towards these ages. That being said, the depth of sincere emotion that will activate for you will give you deeper insight into the feeling of who you are than ever before. And with Mars sextiling this with Uranus, it's going to innovate how unconventionally you can tangibly harness this feeling and use it to manifest like it is an actual appliance or a technique. All right? Trust your intuition and trust your feelings around people and situations. Even if it doesn't make sense in the moment, you owe it to your own intuition to guide you the way it's meant to guide you. And the more you go from within, instead of developing an external locus of control, allowing yourself to be influenced by others, the better that this will have you take your power back. Because moving forward, this is going to prepare us to go on stage in Leo over the rest of July as we clear Cancer season and empower more the activation of this new direction. Especially now with the trine that the moon and sun will be making to Neptune and Saturn and Pisces, having us activate this power and direction fully aligned with the integrity of our beliefs and fully understanding this peak transcendence of our imagination and how we apply the transcendence of our beliefs towards who we feel we are. Synchronicities you have come into that have alluded to latent potential and a deeper understanding of yourself has terrified these dark forces who have done everything in their power through guilt and shame manipulation to have you doubt yourself, to have you feel ashamed for thinking and feeling yourself in this way. Because when you do so, that intimidates and makes these people feel like they're not better than you. Because insecure people need someone better to feel that. This is a line Wale said, and I'm going to keep on using it. And it's one thing to say that, it's another thing to experience that because of your growing, evolving power and the threat you actually are relative to that. Be mindful of paranormal instances that are not just going to be in your head. If you noticed it, that is what you felt it was. And the details and analysis will come after to confirm your suspicions. But get excited because this is going to activate so much power in how you're able to continue moving forward to harness the psychic potential of the power of your mind and how your unique vibration and feeling allows you to inject more juice and personality through this. And the more you really kind of apply this evolving mindset, the more this is going to uncover a depth of understanding with which you can unpack moving forward. We're getting ready to put everything we've activated and begin to learn together. And this is going to now show you exactly how you've transformed status quo, set new precedents, and you're ready to move forward renewed. Allow other people to believe whatever they want about you. They're looking from the outside looking in. And only a fool will take that for, the entire word instead of getting every side and instead of really doing due diligence. So this is going to remind you that your focus is your attention. Mercury is in Leo. So this is adding a lot more royalty and courage and swagger to what it is you're communicating so that you can charge the golden nature of how much more boldly you will move forward with this psychic awareness. It is hot here, y'all. It's you can't walk anywhere here without sweating within like 3 minutes. Oh God. That being said, you guys stay blessed as always. Given the quincunx slightly to Pluto, you are integrating supernatural energy. And that's another thing that makes this Cancer season different from the last we've had it over the past decade. We're not opposite Pluto and Cap anymore. So you're going to feel this extra space that, in light of the lack of pressure, will integrate this supernatural energy towards how much more potent you feel subtle vibrations that might have been under your radar before. So, yep, stay very mindful, stay very focused, stay very attentive, and be prepared to kick ass, because this is going to move forward over this trip. Like, there's certain beings who may have felt you're not even like that, or you would never really even be a threat, and they're going to realize you've always been more of a threat. And from now until the I Told You So tour, there's going to be an increasing sense of fear over you and love for those who align with you. And then we're going to rock out on this I Told You So tour together in October. But until then, y'all stay blessed. Peace.